Hello, welcome to my information channel. Today we're going to talk about an Abath, Banshee, a Campe, Dead Sea apes and elf. To begin with, I'm going to talk to you about the Abath. An Abath is a mythical creature resembling a unicorn, first appearing in records in the 16th century. Accounts of the Abath were brought back by 16th century European travellers to the Malay Peninsula, described as female with a single horn growing from its forehead. It is speculated that they were probably the result of a half-glimpsed Javan or Sumatran rhinoceros. Like the unicorn, a powder made from this horn supposedly served both as an aphrodisiac and as an antidote to poison. However, since the unicorn was invariably represented as male, and since there was only ever one in existence at any time, the Abath seems to have developed independently from the European myths of the one-horned creature. Moving on to the Banshee. A Banshee is from Old Irish. It is a spirit of a woman in Irish mythology who hurts the death of a member of one of the Penitic Gaelic families, usually by shrieking or keening. Her name is connected to the mythologically important tumuli or mounds that dot the Irish countryside, which are known as in Old Irish. The Banshee is often described in Gaelic lore as wearing red or green, usually with long, dishevelled hair. She can appear in a variety of forms. Perhaps most often she is seen as an ugly, frightful hag, but she can also appear as young and beautiful if she chooses. In some tales, the figure who first appears to be a banshee and is later revealed to be the Irish battle goddess, the Morrigan. In Ireland and parts of Scotland, a traditional part of mourning is the keening woman, who wails a lament, an Irish meaning to weep, to wail. This keening woman may in some cases be professional, and the best keeners would be in high demand. Legend has it that the great Gaelic families, the O'Grady's, the O'Neills, the O'Longs, the O'Briens, the lament would be sung by a fairy woman. Having foresight, she would sing it when a family member died, even if the person had died far away and the news of their death had not yet come, so that the wailing of the Banshee was the first warning the household had of the death. In later versions, the Banshee might appear before the death and warn the family by wailing. When several banshees appear at once, it indicates the death of someone great or holy. The tale sometimes recounted that the woman, though called a fairy, was a ghost, often of a specific murdered woman or a mother who died in childbirth. Moving on to the Campe. In Greek mythology, Campe is the name of a fearsome he-dragon. The nymph of Tartarus was given the task of guarding the Cyclops in Tartarus by Cronus, leader of the Titans. He was killed by the eldest god, led by Zeus, when he freed the Cyclops to help him in battle with the Titans. Campe was half dragon with a man's head and a scorpion-like tail. Campe was set by Cronus to guard the Cyclops in Tartarus after he did not release the Cyclops from imprisonment by Uranus. Campe is generally described of having a head and an upper body of a man, the lower body of a dragon, and a massive scorpion tail full of venom and holding a scythe. Moving on to the Dead Sea apes. The Dead Sea apes is a fable of dwellers by the Dead Sea who, according to Muslim tradition, were transformed into apes because they turned a deaf ear to God's message to them by the lips of Moses. It is also a metaphor used in Instance by Carlyle, describing people in modern times to whom the universe, with all its serious voices, seems to have become a weariness and a humbug. Moving on to the last mythical creature, the elf. An elf is a type of supernatural being in Germanic mythology and folklore. Reconstructing the early concept of an elf depends almost entirely on texts in Old English or relating to Norse mythology. Later evidence for elves appears in diverse sources such as medical texts, prayers, ballads and folk tales. Elves are prominently associated with sexual threats, seducing people and causing them harm. For example, a number of early modern ballads in the British Isles and Scandinavia in the medieval period describe human encounters with elves. In English literature of the Elizabethan era, elves become conflated with fairies of Romance culture, so that the two terms began to be used interchangeably. German folklore has tended to see the conflation of elves with dwarves. Thank you for watching my information channel. Until next time, goodbye.